Guys, today we're going to be working on this Whirlpool side-by-side refrigerator. The model number it's on the display. Welcome to DIY Repair Now. Read all the warnings, and during this video you will see one or more of these icons to help you do this repair safe. So the complaint that we have is that it's not cooling at all. However, this repair might apply for those refrigerators that are decreasing temperature, so the correct word would be not cooling properly. And if you see this bottom line of the coils that is not froze or snow, it has like a little bit of snow ice on it, this is the thing that you start checking. We're gonna go ahead and pull the refrigerator out, trying to get to the back, make sure the water line is not attached to anything and you don't break any water lines or anything. You have to be careful with that. And also the power cable. Once you get enough space in the back, we're gonna go ahead and start removing the back panel. In this case, this is a cardboard back compressor panel. So we're gonna go ahead and remove all 1/4 screws with a drill or screwdriver with a 1/4 drill bit. We're gonna go ahead and remove this clamp that is holding the water line, and we're gonna go ahead and remove everything. Now I'm touching this line because this is the compressor, the one, the red arrow, and this is the pressure line. This pressure line has to be hot. If that's not hot, this is the things that you need to check. Also, if this compressor on the right with the red arrow is on and hot, the photo on the right, that line, like I said before, needs to be with ice, like a snow ice. If you don't see that, I mean the compressor, if the compressor's on, that bottom line have to be at least white, or it has to have, like, you know, if it's white, it's because it have some snow ice on it, and that means your problem is different. But if this is your situation, that bottom line of the coils is not color white. When I say color white, is because it will have like a ice on it, so it will look white. Now in this case, it looks silver. That compressor is on, so it's an indication of Freon leak. So to check that, we're gonna go ahead and install this VPV 31 piercing valve. Now I'm gonna go ahead and tell you a little bit about this piercing valve, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you in this demonstration and how to use it before I show you the actual video. This is a VPV 31, and it is for 1/4, 5/16, and 3/8 size, as you saw in that footage right there. Now I'm gonna go ahead, like I said, show you how this works away from the refrigerator with a better footage, because in the actual footage I was a little far away because I have my GoPro on my forehead. So this is where the piercing pointed is coming out to pierce the line and let Freon out. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you, like I said, an example of how it works. You're gonna go ahead and put the adjustment of, depends on what type or what size of copper you have. This is the most common one. The one is thicker because that's for 1/4, and 1/4 are more common. Now this is for the 5/16. As you see in the box, it has all the sizes, and that will be for the 3/8. As you see, 1/4, 5/16, and 3/8. So with no attachment will be the bigger size for 3/8. Now in this case, we're gonna go ahead and use the 1/4, which is the most common one, and we're gonna go ahead and put the other ones away. Now we're gonna go ahead and put the 3 screws that holds the 2 pieces together. Remember, one goes in one side of the copper line, and the other one goes in the other side. After I show you how this works, I'm gonna go ahead and put the original footage. That way you guys can also see while I'm doing the installation of the valve on the actual refrigerator, or in this case, the copper line. Once you tied all those screws, remember that Allen wrench comes in the box with everything, and it's also some paperwork that show you how to use it. That's where the point line is supposed to come out to pierce the copper line. And see, when you turn it clockwise, you will start seeing the little pointed thing that is piercing the copper. Now, to let the Freon goes to the gauges, you need to go counterclockwise. That way the pointer goes in because it's just to pierce. Okay, so if you leave the tip thing inside, it will not let the Freon, you will not get reading. So you have to go counterclockwise like 5 times to let the Freon goes in this direction up to your gauges line. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you in a little bit how do I install the actual valve on the refrigerator. Now for this demonstration, you know, after you finish everything, you have to go ahead and go clockwise again, make the pointed thing, pointed metal thing, clogs the hole after you finish. If you want, this part is going to be linked in the description of this video, by the way. And right now I'm going to go ahead and install the actual valve. You will see this procedure again, but in the actual copper line. Now in this case, I know that I said that the 1/4 is the most common one, but on this refrigerator, I'm gonna go ahead and use the 5/16 because that's the size for this refrigerator. However, this is not common. For LGs and every other refrigerator, it would be the 1/4. Anyways, so over here, I already put one side in the other side of the copper line and the other side on the other side. You get what I'm talking about. You get the idea. Now over here, I'm go ahead and twist it clockwise. All the 3 screws, they are holding the 2-piece except for the middle one. The middle one is the one who pierces the copper line. And remember, after you go clockwise on the middle one all the way into it stops, you have to go counterclockwise like at least 5 times to be able to get some reading on the gauge. I'm gonna go ahead and repeat this a couple times because that's the way this piercing valve works. However, there's more piercing valves online and in your part supplier, but this is the most effective one. This is the only one that I'm happy with because it works really, really good. There's another ones that have a better mechanism, but they don't work good because it doesn't give you a very good reading on the gauges. So just keep that in mind. The VPV 31. Now we're gonna go ahead and put the gauges on the piercing valve, and now we're gonna go ahead and start twisting clockwise on the middle Allen wrench screw, which again, this is the one is actually putting a hole, piercing a hole on the copper line. As you see, I'm gonna go ahead and put this footage again. That way you guys can see what you're basically doing on the copper line. It's very important to know how this piercing valve works. And you know, if you own a pair of gauges, that means you have a little bit of knowledge on how to do this repair. Again, if this is the symptoms and you don't have the tools, as you see, I'm gonna put it here on slow motion, and you'll see how it went to a negative. If you go back on the video, you will see that when I started doing counterclockwise, it went to negative. As you see right there is below 0, so it's about negative 12.
It's negative.
And it's not supposed to be negative. It's supposed to be between 0 and 10. As you see there, you can see in this footage with the red arrow is about 12 negative. And it should be between 0, where the yellow arrow is, between 0 and 10, where the orange yellow is. I prefer this to be around 7 or 8, and that's kind of a good reading. But in this case, it's negative 12, negative 11, around there. So that means we have a Freon leak. Now in this refrigerator, this repair is considered not repairable due to the price of the repair. To find the leak, we would have to put a die on the Freon line trying to find the leak and seal it. Another people recharge the refrigerator but eventually it's gonna leak, and in some states that's considered illegal to recharge a refrigerator before you find the leak. In other cases, if the refrigerator is being running for a really long time without Freon, that capacitor, the relay on the refrigerator might be going bad, and it's already bad. Now you have two issues. If the refrigerator and the compressor is being running without Freon, all the oil from the compressor might be going into the refrigeration lines, and the refrigerator is being working without oil, and that oil can make a cloggage on the refrigeration tubings again. So I mean, I don't get complicated. So what I recommend is let the homeowner, they need to replace the refrigerator. That's the best thing to do. Try not to complicate your life or your customer, because even if you find the leak and try to repair it, anyhow, because they sell some stuff, which I'm gonna go ahead and do another video about that later on. They sell some stuff that is pretty good. If you're doing this for your own repair, you might watch the video. I'm gonna go ahead and put a link on the description of this video. However, I haven't made the video yet, but just go and look for it if you see this video like, you know, another day, and that link is already there. But again, my best advice is replace the refrigerator to avoid any go backs and any, you know, complaints from the customer. Thanks for watching.